How did you attract/address your audience? I have attracted and addressed my primary audience of my front cover by creating a generic house style which connotes my genre of magazine. I have particularly used colours such as red, black and white, which are generally basic colours but are associated with my genre. The colours red and white especially help me to catch my audience's attention as they are bright colours which are noticeable from a distance. Evidently, they stand out from any other colour on my page apart from the black, which encourages the reader to read the magazine. However, the colours I have used are stereotypical of my genre, as they are bold, in your face and aggressive, which connotes the genre of rock music. So if I use a dull, boring colour, then my target audience of males and females aged between 16 to 24 wouldn't be engaged from the beginning. Furthermore, I have also attracted my audience by using the band Mind and Separation, who have represented my chosen genre. They're all stood in a line, engaging within conversation, although by them doing this, it reveals to the audience who the magazine is based upon. It is also like the readers are invited into their conversation to read more about them and who they are due to their body language and hand gestures being made. The fact that they're all wearing casual skater clothes could cause the audience to see them as their ideal self, Carl Rogers 1981, especially for a band image. They also fulfill the idea of a stereotypical local rock band, which you would generally expect to see on a front cover of a magazine. They could also be seen as role models for future local bands, as they have thrived from solutions they were faced with to achieve their ultimate ambition. My masthead also helps to attract my audience, as it follows the typical generics of an existing rock magazine masthead. It's big and bold, meaning that it's not too hard to find upon the newsstand. This would therefore attract the readers and encourage them to look at my magazine, whether they're interested in the genre or not. Although my masthead not only stands out, but it signifies my genre too, which reassures the reader of the genre of magazine. This is because I have used the bright, aggressive colour of red and a bold font which connotes rock music. In addition to my masthead, I have also used various cover lines to attract my audience, such as Leeds Reading Festival returns. Due to the amount of research I did, I would associate festivals like this with my primary audience, as it would be something they would like to read about, which is why I've included it on the front cover. Also, my audience enjoy going to gigs, which is something learnt from my audience profile. To attract my audience, I refer to gigs a lot, which I did. Additionally, I've attracted and addressed my audience on my context page. I have included a preview of the type of posted inside by using Robbie as anchorage. This will attract my audience and initial subcultures, as generally people buy music magazines for posters featured inside, so it's a generic way to encourage the audience to buy the magazine. I further attracted my audience with photos I used. It gives my audience an insight into what is inside my magazine, most importantly my main article. Although I used 3 pictures, not including the image of Robbie, each photo served a different purpose. Each photo had a white box around them to draw the reader's attention to them, creating a house style and give importance to them. The photo of Mind and Separation was to attract my reader to my main article, which is the largest image, and at the top of the page. I wanted to reiterate the fact that the interview was the highlight of my issue. The fact this image has been enlarged and placed at the top of my page would attract the reader to look at it, as it's bigger than anything else on the page, but also it would be the first feature my audience would notice. The other 2 images I used were for my review section in particular. I wanted to give them sections of sense of importance, but not as much as the main article. Finally, my double-page spread also both attracts and addresses my audience, as once again I have used the same colours, band and fonts to attract my audience, much like the contents on the front cover. The background of my double-page spread links back to the initial image on my contents page, which links back to the idea that ambitions can be achieved. It also prevents my double-page spread from looking dull and not visually attractive. I also attracted my reader with the mode of address, which was used during the interview, with the address used from a retrospective narration with the input from each band member. So it was just like a conversation which makes the reader feel involved. The fact it is written like this would attract the reader to want to read the article more. Furthermore, the use of the collage of images of the band to show to the audience who the band members are, and to make it graphologically engaging, and is a sort of branding for the band to make them noticeable for future fans.